Yes. What is up, everybody? Your boy E-Man from the Average Joe Sports Talk Podcast coming at you with another edition of Off the Cuff, baby. The reaction show that I got when I want to get something off the cuff, when something is breaking loose and I want to react to it. And of course, we got to react to what just happened. Was announced maybe 35 minutes, no breaking news in the NFL. Let's start with the fact that the Raiders were freaking dominating free agency. It started Saturday. All right. Me and Jim went live and we discussed the Maxx Crosby trade. It was freaking brilliant. It was one of those that you were like, wow, they destroyed this trade. They won the trade. They got 2 first-round picks. Here comes Monday. Let me check the audio. It was one of those. Here comes Monday. And they just go ham on free agency, putting the pieces together, building for their future number 1 pick quarterback, Fernando Mendoza. We're going to hit the signings real quick. And just 45 minutes ago, the Baltimore Ravens have backed out of the Maxx Crosby trade. Bam. Holy smokes. That is crazy. That is nuts. And there's not much detail about it. So far, what I've been able to gather from, of course, me digging through social media in the last 20 minutes or whatever the case may be. I'm going to go ahead and read this real quick. I actually, according to ESPN, bookmarks. Let me take a look at my bookmarks, boys and girls. We're doing this live right now. The Ravens nixed the trade due to medical reasons. As you all know, no trade is final until the player passes the physical. All right. So all the trades are contingent on players passing the physical, aren't official until the start of the new league year, which is tomorrow at 4 p.m. When you could absolutely people just start, waving and all that good stuff. So that's it. No further details provided. That only that Ravens official did not immediately respond to the request. However, they said that it was due to Maxx not passing the physical. Wow. Talk about a bombshell. I mean, the Raiders were getting a really good grade for this. They were doing their thing, man. The spree wheels were spinning, bro. All right. They were doing their thing. To me, they were having the best, at this point, the best free agency. I'm going right here. At the moment this year. I mean, let's take a look at what I even posted a video last night, one of my edits, just to show this instead. There you go. So far, the body of work in free agency for the Raiders, the biggest one was center Tyler Linderbaum, one of the best linemen, one of the best guards in the league, $81 million. The plan is there. Protect Mendoza. Strengthen the defense. Linebacker Walker and Nakobe Dean at $36 and $40 million. That's your Maxx Crosby replacement. It was very at a nice value, team-friendly contract. Jalen Naylor to add to the mix with Genty, Bowers, and Trey Tucker. I know he's probably like a number 2/3, but had a decent season with J.J. McCarthy, who's a complete bum. Speedster, another team-friendly deal, $35 million. I think it's like 17 or 20 guaranteed. All right. Cornerback Stokes, $30 million. I mean, they were adding pieces to the trade, strengthen that defense, have more depth. And, with having 2 first-round picks, right? One in the first and then the 14th with the Maxx Crosby trade from the Ravens, you were probably looking at another offensive piece, another line. I mean, the chips are falling. The chips are falling. They were having probably the best offseason that the Raiders have ever had in their life. That is nuts. And all of a sudden today, about 30 minutes ago, breaking news. Maxx Crosby is no longer a Raven. How are the Raiders and Tom Brady are going to fix this? Because doesn't matter if they got to get Maxx Crosby of the team. Right now, they invested the salary money, the cap money that he's responsible for, that was going to make up for that. They still got money left. The Raiders still got like 60 million left. But Maxx Crosby will take most of it. So they got to fix this. They got to find a home for Maxx Crosby. Now, one thing is for sure. They're not going to get 2 first-round picks for Maxx now. You'll be lucky if you get a first-round pick and a third or a fourth. You take whatever they give you at this point. You got to move Maxx. Like me and Jim mentioned on Sunday, Maxx is a good player, but he ain't the top 5 in the league at his position. He's injury prone. He's a beast, but he's injury prone. And getting 2 first-round picks, I think the Raiders knocked it out the park. Wow. Unreal. It's crazy, man. It's wild. I can't believe that. I'm still shocked that happened. I'm very shocked that happened. And we're gonna recap a lot of the signings and free agency, but oh my goodness, that is nuts. What a turn of events for the Raiders. I mean, they had the most equity in the draft. They're still, they're not horribly off right now. I think Maxx can still bowl out, but that's not the plan. Their plan was to play without Maxx Crosby, right? Build that defense without Maxx. Not anymore. It's crazy because Maxx even said something. I'm looking forward to able to start to go to the Ravens. When he found out about the trade and help him win the championship. Ain't gonna happen no more. And the Ravens are still in the hole. The Ravens were not gonna win a championship. All right, with Maxx. Let's be serious. The anointment oil put away. They were not a contender with Maxx Crosby. They were a better team, and they filled a very big void they had, all right, in that position. But that doesn't mean they were a Super Bowl champ. It doesn't matter anymore. It doesn't matter because he's not with the Ravens any longer. All right. Let's see what's going to happen with this right here, man. Let's touch on some more. Let's touch on some more free agent news here. Unbelievable, man. They had such a good. I think they're still going to try to figure out how to get a home for Maxx. They have to. They have no other choice. So, well, this is what it could have been. Let me see here. This is what it could have been. Let me see. It still can happen this way. Just add Maxx to this picture. Hold on. I got a picture here that I got to share with you. This is still possible. I mean, they're still going to draft Mendoza. But I think, but I think you might have to put Maxx Crosby in there to play tight end or something like that. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding, man. Crazy dog. Oh my gosh. Sometimes some teams just don't get it. They just cannot have nice things, and those are the Raiders. They are so cursed. It's not even funny. So cursed and not even funny, man. All right, let's see what else we got. Well, listen, we had. I'm going to focus on. Let me see what I think. The Raiders, to me, were having the best postseason. But let's grade some of these trades, man. As we know, the day started with Tua about to get released, right? I mean, I was trying to typify. Tua was getting released first day, early in the morning yesterday, and now Tua is an Atlanta Falcon. It's going to be an Atlanta Falcon by tomorrow. Hopefully, Tua does not fail the physical. This is another possibility. After what happened with Maxx Crosby failing the physical, this may be a possibility of Tua failing a physical himself. But as of now, Tua is no longer a Dolphins well-known historic cap bust for the Dolphins, $99 million, beating Russell Wilson, 85 mil with the Broncos a couple of years ago. Now Tua is a Atlanta Falcon here, and I think it's a high risk, high reward signing going to a dome. Penix is no better than Tua. You're looking at some good pieces that can probably complement Tua's accuracy and skill set that Penix hasn't been able to show. For sure, you'll see tomorrow Kyler get released. For sure, tomorrow you'll see Kirk Cousins get released, so there's got to be some quarterbacks moving. But the fact that you got two left-handed quarterbacks who can't stay healthy playing in the same team is not a good combination either. Shout out to Tua. Like the dude as a person. Just not a fan of him as a quarterback because doesn't have the arm strength. He's a competitor. He's a warrior. Good Christian kid. Has a great heart. Wants to battle. But he's a hit away from never playing again. I said earlier, this release for Tua is a sign from God telling him, dog, you got $99 million they're going to pay you. Stop playing. You don't have to play. That money is owed to you because it's guaranteed to your contract. Just retire, bro. You'll get a job in television. You'll get something. You don't have to keep playing ball and risking your life, man. He's made over 140, 50 million already in the NFL. He doesn't seem like a big spender. Take your money, invest it, and live a comfortable life, all right? But, you know, he still wants to play football. But Tua is a Falcon, and I just don't get it. You got two really injury-prone quarterbacks in the same roster. They're competing for a job. All right, let's over here. Let's talk some I'm not going to react to everything, but I want to go over to me the most overrated and overpaid signings of this free agency. This is ridiculous. $114 million for Alex Pierce. I'm not knocking Alex Pierce. I think he's a heck of a player. All right, he's a hell of a player. But he is a number two. He was the number two wide receiver in his team. He's a long distance guy. All right. He's a speedster. 47 receptions, 6 touchdowns, 1,000 receiving yards last season. He's a career, has 157 total receptions, 2,900 receiving yards. This is in, how many seasons is this? 4 seasons, I think. 17 touchdowns overall. These are not bad numbers. But he is not like one of the top. He's getting paid more money than Nico Collins, T. Higgins, and I forget who else. $114 million for Alec Pierce. It's insane. He's a good number two. Is Daniel Jones your quarterback? I mean, what's going to happen now that Pittman is with the Steelers? He's no longer has a number one. He's going to be the number one guy. This guy is not, has to have the size or the body. He's not a go-getter. He's not a number one dude. He's not a throw it and get it up there kind of guy. Shout out to him, though. Great agent. He got paid. But one of the most overpaid, overrated signings right here by the Colts. Good trade for the Steelers in getting Pittman. So, my second most overrated, overpaid signing of this free agent frenzy NFL week day 1, week 2. Hold on a second. This is wild too. Trey Henderson. My man trade $190 million for 4 years. I forget what the detail guarantee money is, but this is insane. The Dallas Cowboys, which again, I'm a Giants fan. It couldn't happen to a better team. I'm not saying Henderson is not a dog. He's a hell of a player. But he's not top 5 in the league either. This dude is not. He's better than Maxx Crosby. I could tell you that much. He's not better than Michael Parsons, the guy they traded last year. He's not better than T.J. Watt. He's not better than Myles Garrett. You know, there's a lot of other players he's not better than. I don't think he's better than Aiden Hutchinson, who's been injured. But good for him. He bettered on himself last season, set out, took a contract for 1 year, took the tag, bang, bang. Now the man has his money. But the Dallas Cowboys reached a little bit too much with this signing. After Alex Pierce, this is my second most overpaid, overrated signing in this free agent. The free agent stint right now in the NFL up to day 2. Holy smokes! But it could have happened to a bunch of nicer guys. That's it. That's what I got for those two. Those are my two, man. And let's go grade some. Let's go grade some stuff here, man. Let's talk a little bit about the Titans. Let's talk a little about it. I think the Titans, after the Raiders, until today, had a very, very good free agency so far in the first 2 days. Give me 1 second. Titans so far signed Alante Taylor, Calder Lott, John Franklin, Wan'Dale Robinson, Daniel Bellinger, and Mitchell Trubisky. The Giants the Titans, this is has a lot of Dable in it. Wan'Dale Robinson, Bellinger, take some Giants with you. But I think they added some really good pieces here to help their young quarterback, their second-year quarterback in Cam Ward, who I think Cam Ward has all the tools. And, having a lot of cap space, I think this is a good start for them. I think they had the second best free agency after the Vegas Raiders before they found the Maxx Crosby the backfield. But the Titans here are building something to improve upon. They did for the to improve upon the first year of Cam Ward's career here, and also it's a Robert Saleh type of team. Good defense, conservative offense. Wan'Dale is going to be a huge addition for Cam because you get yourself a slot guy that's really, really solid. All right. I think, and under Dable's offense, Wan'Dale will be heavily, heavily used. They still need more offensive help, more help on the running back position. You're good at tight end. They need more wide receivers. All right. That's kind of where they're going. You still need to get a dog, but this is a good start. All right. Let's see what else we got. It was a good start. It's a good start, man. I think they're building something special there. Here you go. Hold on. Let's give me 1 second. I got some more. Let's keep rehabbing here. And we had some really, really good free agent signings. And I want to kind of give you a quick. Let me share this real quick. Bang. Let's take a look at this right here. Honestly, out of all these signings, I don't like the Pierce signing. I like it, but I don't like the money. But overall, like I said, most importantly, the Linderbaum is huge for the Raiders. That is the guy that's going to protect Mendoza. Second biggest one here has to be Kenneth Walker. This may be the best running back they had consistently since Jamal Charles. If he stays healthy, of course. As we all know, Pacheco is gone. It's Kenneth Walker backfield. To me, probably the best or top signing so far offensively. The Mike Evans signings, 30 years, $60 million, huge for San Francisco, is my second favorite because it puts a big piece that San Francisco hasn't had in a very long time. They had receivers like Debo and Brandon. Evans, if he stays healthy, I know he's up there in age, can give that number one target that Brock Purdy hasn't had. And if the other pieces are healthy, it's a big if, Kittle coming back from a torn ACL, can McCaffrey have another heavy usage season without getting hurt? He's already up there in age and wear and tear. You know what I mean? Kittle, can he stay healthy? Their young wide receiver going in year 3. I forget the name of the white boy. He's nasty, but hasn't been able to play consistently, healthy. They have on paper, a lot of talent, but a lot of ifs because of health. High risk, high reward with Evans, but I do like this signing. Love the fact that the Seahawks kept Rashid Shaheed. There's a reason why they did not keep Walker. They were going to pay Shaheed. Wan'Dale, like I said, I like that. I like this signing. You know what I mean? A lot of money for a slot receiver that's small. However, it's needed in the Titans. I say a likely to the Giants. Don't hate it. All right, we got Theo Johnson, but he is a John Harbaugh guy. And get ready. I think he will be taking over the number one tight end targets in that team. And we know what I say a likely can do. He is a beast, and he is going to a team where he'll be the number one tight end for the first time in his career. He's not going behind Mark Andrews anymore. This is a good weapon and a good weapon / security blanket as well for Jackson Dart. So he's able to get some red zone targets. And you know how well Jackson Dart did with Theo Johnson in the tight end. He loves tight ends. He got himself a dog. He's athletic. He's fast. Can't block for shit. But you know what? We need offense these days. Like that signing. I wish the Giants still did more with some wide receivers. Malik Willis to the Dolphins. I'm gonna tell you exactly what this is. Friendly contract for the team because they need it. They're paying so much money for Tua. They're rebuilding, boys and girls. And Malik is a veteran who showed he can play in this league with a couple of starts after a disastrous Titans tenure and career. But last year, when he started a couple of games, it has been backing up Jordan Love, and he's been able to step in when Jordan Love has been injured. He's put up the numbers. You can see he's grown since the Tennessee Titan days, and he's able to handle an offense. He's able to throw the football now. He's still athletic and can run. This is more of a placeholder for the Dolphins. All right, maybe for 2 years. This year, it's going to be a year of tanking and losing, and they just want a guy that's a pro, can keep it together. And if they draft a quarterback next season, which they will draft a quarterback this season as well, they have a guy, with a head coach that comes from the same system of the Packers that believes in drafting a QB and let him sit behind a veteran. And Malik Willis is that veteran. So that, again, best signing so far offensively has to be Kenneth Walker. All right, let's see what else we got. It's a lot of signings, man. I was going to go with every single one of them. So let's start from the top. Now, the Raiders did have up to this day, still have the top remaining cap space into day 2, $96.2 million. Commanders, $80 million. The Chargers, $66 million. The Titans, $65. Seahawks, $55. Jets, $57. This whole Maxx Crosby shit really messes them up. But the Raiders going in day 2 still have the best case scenario here. I know they're going to try their hardest to move Maxx, but man, they just lost a number 1 pick in this trade. They must still get 1, but nobody's going to give them 2. But I think they're still sitting pretty. In this whole ordeal. I think they're still sitting pretty, so that's a good thing. All right, let me see what we got here. See what else we got here. I can't believe this, man. Why is Travis Kelce coming back to play? I think he's getting like $12 million. It could be a $15 million total after he meets bonuses. But this is Kermit the Frog and Patrick Mahomes saying, hey, man, you gotta bring my boy back. Travis is washed up. You could see him last year. You saw him the year before. It's time to give it up, man. It's time to give it up. It's horrible. It's really horrible. This is just one of those that let's do him a favor. I don't know why they're wasting their time. $12 million with a chance to make $15 million. I think that's a waste of money. Let's see what else we got here. It's a lot of signings. I really don't want to go through every single one of them. I don't want to talk about Travis ATM. That's nice. You know what I mean? He's I think I heard that what's his name is going to retire, or he did retire, or is not coming back anymore. Alvin Kamara. Either way, it's going to be ATN's leading the backfield for the Saints with Kellen Moore. I forgot the other kid. The other backup running back was young, a couple of years in the league. That was a good trade. That was a good signing. I'm sorry. The good news is Bejam Tutin is the man now in for the Jaguars. So it is what it is. All right, boom, boom, boom. Let me go back to some more stuff here. Let's see. Like I already talked a little about Isaiah Likely and Pittman and Malik Willis as well. Yeah. To me, those were the best highlights of day 1 and 2. One thing I do want to add: Panthers really worked hard. They got themselves, this guy's injury prone, but he's a hell of a player, and Jaleel Phillips. The Philadelphia Eagles also unloaded Blankenship. Is it Blankenship or Blankship? They also unloaded DeHaan Johnson, who barely got any targets last year, but Julian to him, and who else did the Philadelphia Eagles also unload? Was there other safety? Yeah, so no, the Eagles actually went ham, also kind of cleaning house a little bit, which is surprising. I mean, they're trying to sign, shoot, man. Oh, here's a decent one. Boom. Romeo Doubs, 70 millions to the runner-up New England Patriots because they waived Diggs. This guy, Diggs didn't really outperform or did anything crazy. You're just replacing Diggs' production with a younger person. That's pretty much what you're doing here. They still need a number 1. Romeo Doubs is a nice receiver, but he's really a number 2. All right, he's a number 2. He's not a number 1. So, nice signing, but they still need to go after more. This is not your guy unless you're drafting the next Randy Moss. You know what I mean? But I like this very much. Romeo Doubs, especially in for fantasy, Romeo Doubs is gonna have a huge fantasy impact next season with the Patriots. Really good target for their stud quarterback in Drake May. This guy is a slot receiver and can also, hit the red zone. He had a really good season last year. He had his best season in a very, very crowded, backfield, wide receiving core with the Packers. I mean, let me see, Romeo. No, that's not what I want. Oh shoot, damn it! I hate when ESPN does this crap, dude. I like to look for not articles. I like to stats, players, damn it. His name is Romeo Doubs. Oh. There you go. He's now on New England Patriots. Last year had himself six touchdowns, 56 receptions. So far in his career, this guy has a total of 2,400 receiving yards, a total of 21 touchdowns. This guy has more touchdowns than Alec Pierce. All right. And he got $50 million less. This is what Alex Pierce should be getting, $70 million, not $114 million. This guy had more receptions than Alex Pierce last year, just less yards because he's not a deep guy. I still don't get the Alex Pierce signing. Alex Pierce should have gotten Romeo Doubs money. Romeo is well priced. Wan'Dale Robinson is well priced. Alex Pierce falls under the Romeo Doubs and Wan'Dale price bracket. The Colts were smoking major crack. And don't tell me he's going to be the man now, so those numbers are going to be worth it. Hell no. But good signing by the New England Patriots, Romeo Doubs. You know what I mean? And unbelievable, man. Look at this. Look at this, bro. Geno Smith comes back home. Coming home, baby, to the place where it all started. The New York Jets. They even got the Raiders even got a 7th round pick. They got something for Geno, man. I mean, I wouldn't give up a bag of shit for Geno, bro, at this point in his career. Unreal. Geno is coming back home. I think it's been like 20 quarterbacks since Geno left. The first from the Jets originally. They've had so many quarterbacks since Geno has left. It's unbelievable. But Geno's back. He's obviously may be competing with Justin Fields or whoever is going to be there if Justin Fields gets released tomorrow or gets traded at one point. But Geno is back, and he did say he never got a call back from the Jets. Never called on him, and he never called him back. I don't know what he said. He said something. He threw shade at them when he was in Seattle, and he had that good season. They got him paid. Yeah, man. Geno is going back to New York, baby. Concrete jungles where dreams are made of, and Geno is going back to achieve them. Oh man, yep, pretty good, man. Oh, here's another underrated signing. So this is what I was telling you. Yep, we got Reed Blankenship. Again, another safety, another corner, gone from Philadelphia with Jaleel Michaels. Philadelphia's unloading, man. Something's going on in Philly. Here's another nice signing by the Steelers. The Steelers were cooking, like my boy Jim said. Pittman signing Rico Dottle on offense. This is just a cheap contract, $12 million. Rico, we saw what he did last year as a number one back with the Panthers. He fits perfect with the Steelers alongside Jaylen Warren. And I think, be honest with you, as good as Jaylen Warren was last year, Rico should be the number one. Jaylen should be the backup. Rico is your all-purpose back here. He could catch it. He runs between the tackles and also goes right down center, red zone target. Rico is going to have an excellent season next year with the Steelers, depending on how well they do with their quarterback. But this is another great signing. One of my other favorite signings. Like I said, I like the Kenneth Walker signing. I like the Isaiah Likely signing. I love the Willis signing. This is right here, one of my other favorite signings right here from the offensive signings. I'm not touching defense today, but this is the offensive signing, one of my favorite offensive signings of the first couple of days of free agency. Rico Dottle by the Steelers. I'll give him credit. Their boy Khan was cooking. Like my boy Jim said, my other half of Cigars and Sport, he was cooking like Raekwon the chef. So that's it, man. That's all I got for today, baby. It was busy. It was busy, you know. On another note, the Giants did also add some stuff on defense, you know, offensive tackle. Not bad. Not bad at all. Just wanted to get on and give you my take on this whole Maxx Crosby ordeal. This is crazy, dude. Nuts. That is nuts. I can't believe that. Maxx Crosby has I just can't believe the dude is going. It's still a Raiders. Failed the physical. And with that being said, this is your boy E-Man from the Average Joe Sports.network. Actually was on a scripted sportscast background, but it's off the cuff today. So appreciate you all. Thank you for watching. And we will see you soon. Your boy's on vacation, so no more shows with the rest for next week. And I'll be back from vacation soon. With that being said, your boy E-Man from the Average Joe Sports.network signing out. Peace.
Yo,